Paul said you must have the faith to call forth those things that be not as though they were. Judge not according to appearances. Don't judge your circumstances and the possibilities for your future based upon what you have now and because of what's going on now. No, 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 no. That's not the real reality there. What you're going through, if you're going through some hard times, it has not come to stay. It has come to pass. It's all right. Now, second thing is, repeat this after me. Something you should affirm to yourself every day. Repeat this, please. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. Say that to yourself every day. That's what I used to say to myself. When I would get up in the Penobscot building and I had to go into the bathroom and bathe in the bathroom sink, I had written on the mirror that I put up there, just paste up, and I read, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. So you got to have faith. You talk to yourself. You say that affirmation. The next step is you must have patience and engage in consistent action. Patience and engage in consistent action. See, everything does not always happen, ladies and gentlemen, when we want it to happen. It doesn't happen quickly. So in that process, they have something in the Far East called the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree, every day it has to be watered and fertilized. It's a very hard nut, and it takes 5 years of watering and fertilization every day, according to American Geographics, before it breaks through the ground. At any time, if the watering process and the nurturing and the fertilization process is stopped, the Chinese bamboo tree will die in the ground. Now, once it breaks through in that 5th year, then in 6 weeks it grows 90 feet tall. Now the question is, does it grow 90 feet in 5 years or 6 weeks? The answer is obvious. It takes 5 years. That's how long it took to grow it, to build that foundation, to nurture it, to water it, to build the reputation, to build the credibility, to learn the market, to learn people, to learn yourself, to learn the system, to learn how to do it, to figure it out. That's why you must have patience and engage in consistent action. We live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where people want instant gratification. They want it right now. They want to be a Dexter Yeager, but they're not willing to pay the price to do what it takes to get up there where Dick Hopper is, where Bryant or Judy is. They think it was easy. No. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's a system that if you work the system, it works if you work it. But make no mistake about it, it's hard. You are the determining factor. Here's something else. It's possible you can live your dream. It's necessary that you have goals, that you write them down, that you surround yourself with a support team, that you are creative. It's you that you must take personal responsibility to make it happen. George Bernard Shaw said, the people that make it in this world look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. It's hard. No, easy is not an option. However, ladies and gentlemen, what you will discover is that it's worth it. It's worth it. I suggest to you, if you want to become diamond, write down 5 reasons of why it is worth it for you to become a diamond, to experience that level of achievement. What is it that will give you the drive? What is it that will ignite the courage in you to get up and come back again and again and again? How is it that you would be able, what reasons that can tap into that deep down feeling that goes to your gut, that no matter how many times you get knocked down, that you're coming back? What is it? Write it down. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You saw that picture up there, the lady, Mrs. Mamie Brown. I'm flying from here tomorrow morning to be with my adopted mother. She's 87 years young, thank God. And I'll be with Mama tomorrow. Every Mother's Day, I don't care where I am. I go home Mother's Day. Everybody knows November 6th, my mother's birthday, I'm home. And I try to go home as often as I can. When I started and left Miami pursuing my dream, because I knew that as long as you work for someone else, they are controlling your destiny. I didn't want anybody signing my paycheck but me. I knew that it was going to be difficult. I knew it was going to be hard. But every time I thought about giving up, and there were times I did, because where I am, ladies and gentlemen, it's a long shot. You think being a diamond is a long shot. This is a miracle. This is a long shot. And I had people laughing at me. Les, you're talking about being a motivational speaker? You have no college training. You were labeled educable mentally retarded. You failed twice in school. They put you back from the 5th grade into the 4th grade, and you failed in the 8th grade. You've never worked for a major corporation, and you are going to become independently wealthy. Right. They laugh. They're going to laugh at you. People are going to laugh at you. But let me tell you, I believe in revenge like Frank Sinatra. He said the best revenge is massive success. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was driving around with my mother and she saw a house, we were just looking for homes, and we drove an exclusive area of Miami where the coach of the Miami Dolphins, Don Shula, lives in that area called Country Club. My mother saw this house. Oh, what a beautiful home. And we looked at it. She said, oh boy, I would love to have something like that. One day I would feel like Mrs. Rockefeller. I said, you like that, Mom? I said, yeah. I said, oh, we just kept driving. I did not let my mother know at that time that I had it etched in my mind that I was going to do whatever number of meetings, whatever number of contacts, whatever number of calls I had to make, whatever it took to make that become a reality. And the day that I drove to that house and said, Mama, you remember that house you saw? We got out the car. I said, yes. I said, I really know the people that live there. She said, you do? I said, yeah, let me take you in and show it to you. And then I couldn't contain myself anymore when I got around and helped her get out of the car. And I took her and I said, Mom, I gave her the keys. Over 5,000 square feet. Large size Olympic pool, 12 feet deep, on a golf course, basketball court. I said, Mama, this is for you. And ladies and gentlemen, to see my mother walk around this house, this woman who only has a 3rd grade education, never had any children of her own. And she walked around, she said, oh Lord, oh thank you Jesus. No one would have ever told me this would have happened to me. She said, Leslie, she said, you know, that day when I went in that building and they told me this lady had these boys that she wanted to put up for adoption. And I told them, I said, I'll take them. And she said, ladies, she said, raise your hand and swear to me 2 things. I said, what is it? She said, swear to me you won't separate them. She said, oh no, I swear. I'll keep them together, I swear. I've never had no children, I swear I'll keep them together. She said, swear to me, lady, that you won't ever tell them about me. She said, I'm married and I got pregnant while my husband was at war. She said, swear to me you won't tell. She said, I swear I won't tell. She said, okay, you can have them. She said, when I came out that house, and I was looking at y'all, she said, I didn't know how I was going to do it. She said, I was working at the M&M cafeteria. She said, I didn't know how I was going to raise y'all. I just knew somehow the Lord would make a way somehow. And I never thought this would happen to me. And I know, and during those moments when it's hard, not only must you have patience and engage in consistent action, but you must turn to a power greater than yourself and just say, Lord, Whatever I face today, together, you and I can handle it. And I know some way and somehow you'll make a way for me.
That to me is just an awesome video, and the end still makes me tear up. I mean, you guys know, I mean, I can be a little bit of an emotional guy. That video really represents a lot of what I've been talking about, over the last now month and a half. We started this back at the beginning of December. And the thing is, guys, what I've realized is, while things can happen quickly, you know, it's it's the work that you're going to put into it, and being able to have that dream and that vision and knowing your why. That's really what this is about, guys. It's really getting you to a place where you understand that, there's got to be something greater than just you that you were working towards. And that's the thing, I mean, it really comes down to that, guys. It's, what's your why? What's that thing that's going to drive you when things aren't working the way that they're supposed to, when the investments that you make, don't work out, exactly how you planned? What's going to keep you going when everybody else tells you that what you're doing is wrong? All those people that are, supposedly close to you. And guys, I have it happen to me on a regular basis. I'll be totally honest with you on that. You know, I've had in the last, in the last few months, I've had both of my parents tell me, oh, well, maybe you should go, get a job while you're still figuring this thing out. I've had, my girlfriend, be upset and tell me that I need to go get a job. Just last week, she said, "Oh, well, maybe you should just go and, go drive for this company locally, or something like that," because I do have a CDL. But that's the thing, guys. I mean, I, I really honestly believe in what I'm doing. I believe that I'm creating a lifestyle that is going to enable my family to grow. That's really what this is about for me. I mean, I've told you guys on previous, talks here before that, for me, my big why is making sure that, I can go and see my kids whenever I want to. I've got a son that lives in Michigan, and I've got a daughter that lives in South Africa. And, I don't get to go and see them as much as I'd like to. That's really what started this whole journey for me, was that knowing that, what I was doing before, wasn't going to do it for me. It wasn't ever going to enable me to be able to go and do the things that I want. What, 2 weeks of vacation, I mean, it's a 24-hour flight to South Africa to see my daughter. So what kind of time am I really going to have, by the time I get over there and get settled in and get used to the time difference and all of these other things, what is that going to be worth? And that's the thing. I mean, I honestly believe that what I'm doing is going to enable me to get to the place where I want to be and be able to get my family to the place where they need to be and they deserve to be. You know, it would be amazing to me to be able to go and just, pay off my parents' house so they don't have to worry about it. Both my parents, are good people, but at the same time, they've been doing the same thing, over and over, day in and day out for the last 30 years. And I don't know where they're at. I don't know where they're going to be financially, when my dad finally decides to retire. Heck, he got put back in basically as a day one employee at his job a few years ago because they went through a bankruptcy. Benefits, vacation time, 401k, all that stuff basically reset. And that's the thing, I don't want anybody else to determine where it is or what I can do with my life. I want to be the determining factor. I want to be the person that signs my own check. I want to be the person that, can do what I want to do, go on vacation when I want to, go see my daughter, go see my son, whenever I want to, and not have to ask somebody else for that privilege. Why would I do that? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me to be stuck in the same place for the next 30 or 40 years. I mean, I'm going to be 31 in a couple of months, guys. And I understand that, I can't look back at the things that I've done over the last 30 years and really say that I made a difference, that I made a real effect on lots of people's lives. And that's what this is about for me. I really want to make a difference and make an impact in people's lives. Maybe I'm not necessarily going to become, a motivational speaker like a Les Brown or an Eric Thomas or Jim Rohn, all people that I consider mentors that I haven't necessarily, ever met. I've never met them. I've actually never even been to a conference with any of them. But, I've been able to see and follow their work and really, get myself involved and immersed in making myself a better person. So in turn, I can turn around and help other people become the best person that they possibly can be. And that's all I can do. I can help, and I can offer you the advice and just like, Jim Rohn says this all the time, I can help, I can give you all the advice in the world. And it was the same thing with him, with Earl Shoaff, his mentor, his direct mentor. Uh, but it really takes action, you know, and that's the key. You have to be able to write down those things that are your why. Why is it worth it to you, to go through everything that you want to do? Why is it worth it to you, to become, an Empower Network millionaire if you're an Empower Network, or, if you're in any other company? Because a lot of people listen to this that are in other companies, and I have to give you guys credit as well, and that's a thing, what is it? What are those things that are going to make it worth it to you? Could you see yourself handing the keys to a multi-million dollar home to your parents, to your family, being able to just say, hey, somebody's down, and just being able to take care of them, and that's the thing. That's what drives me, is I really, really want to be able to be in a position that if I know somebody is down on their luck, and I know that somebody just needs that hand, needs somebody to reach out their hand and lift them up, that's what I want to do. And that's what I'm trying to do for you guys. So we're going to continue this, this whole conversation. We're going to keep going with goal planning and with, being able to, talk about what your vision is and the things that are going to make it happen for you. And I'm also getting a lot more into detailed, really detailed things that are going to help you grow in not only your business, but in your personal life as well. And the thing is, I hope all of you guys are keeping track of your goals and where you're at. I got to thinking about this the other day that, we're now 2 weeks, basically 2 weeks into 2014. And I was actually, watching a video. I think it was Brennan Bouchard, who said it best that, most New Year's resolutions don't last past the first 2 weeks. And a lot of that is, you're being present in those goals, but it's also, and he didn't mention this, but it's also your why. If you have this goal and you're making a New Year's resolution or a plan to do something different, you gotta have a why. You gotta have something behind it that, really, really makes it worth it. What is it that really makes it worth it to you? What is it that's going to make it worth it to you to go through the trials and tribulations that are surely going to come? And all those things are going to come, they're going to happen, but you have to be strong enough to go through it and to get it done and to do whatever it takes to be successful in the things that you want to do. And for me, I've got them constantly in front of me and around me all the time. I've got a poster board up on the wall that I've got goals and things that I want to get done that are long-term things. I've got a whiteboard up on the wall that tells me what I need to get done each day. And before I do anything, guys, before I do anything, I sit down and I write down those goals. The long-term goals, things for this whole week, things for the month, things for the entire year. I have a plan for all of those things. But the big thing is on my whiteboard, I write down what I need to get done that day. And I have a list. I write down 5 or 6 things that I know that I need to get done, conversations that I need to have, things like that, connections I want to make, whatever it is. Before this call this morning, I actually got up at 5 a.m. this morning. My girlfriend was leaving to go for training for her job, which is actually going to be good. I'm going to get a lot of work done this week, which is really nice. No extra distractions. Not that she's a distraction, love her to death, but, it enables me to do even more. Because I don't have an extra thing to take time away from my day. But I sat down this morning, after she left about 6 o'clock this morning, and, I was looking at my goals and things that I need to get done, and I keep everything on a Google Calendar because I treat my business like it's a business. And, I looked at the conversations that I need to have and the things that I need to get done. And before I even got on this call this morning, I actually went through and I built an entire sales funnel. Capture page, video, sales page, everything. I built an entire funnel before 7 o'clock this morning. And that's the thing, that's what it takes, guys, is really being able to go out there and just take action. We watched a video, this has probably been 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, from Mel Robbins. And one thing that Mel Robbins says, and I really honestly believe in it, is when you have an idea to do something, when that idea comes across the front of your mind, you have 5 seconds, exactly 5 seconds to take an action, or 90% chance that you will not do it. And it doesn't mean that you have to go right then and there and actually do it. It could be simple as writing a note down, or writing something down that's going to lead you to an action. It's that simple. Just you got to do something right then and there, something physically when that idea comes through your head, or most likely you're not going to do it. And I've actually kind of gone through that this week, myself, because, you guys know that I'm doing my Facebook course that's going to start this week. And I actually have been planning that for 2 weeks. And the thing is, I let myself get distracted with other things. And, I, waited and waited, didn't run any ads, told a couple of people about it, but I let other things get in the way of it. And that's actually this morning, I decided that no matter what, I'm going to get this done. So that's gone on my planning, and that's the funnel that I actually built this morning. So I'd have an actual capture page and could get leads and go through all of these things. So, that's the thing. Where are you at? What is it that you need to get done right now? And I know that there is something in your head right now that you know that you need to get done. Maybe it's something that you've been thinking about for a while. Maybe it's something that just, boom, just crossed your mind. There's something, and you need to take it and write it down right now and actually go after this call and do it. Whatever it is, take the time out and actually do something about it. Because all the goals and all the planning and all the vision and all this other stuff, isn't going to do anything for you until you physically do something about it. I mean, yeah, Jay, you are 100% right. That's the thing. They just end up being ideas because you don't take action. That's the thing. You got to stop talking, and especially you got to stop talking to yourself. There comes a day and a time where it's, put up or get out. That's it. Eric Thomas said it a couple of weeks ago. If you were going to quit, if you weren't going to take action, if you weren't going to do it, you should have quit yesterday. You should have quit last week. Jay, I know that you just finished your degree. If you were going to quit, you probably should have quit that a couple of years ago, right? That's the thing. It's going through and actually doing the things that you need to do and get them done, whatever it is. And the thing is, guys, you have the most awesome community around you. The people that are part of this Monday morning mastermind group and the people that are part of our other community, because the people that are on this call or, from Empower Network, the other people that are on this community, they will be there to help you. All you have to do is reach out and say, hey, I'm thinking about this. What do you think? Or, hey, this is something that I'm going to do. What's your point of view on it? And people are going to help you. I am going to help you. Shoot me a message anytime, guys, and I will respond as quickly as I possibly can. Yes, I've got other things going on and I got a lot of projects, but I always have time to reach out and help a friend. And that's the thing. Every single one of you guys that is on here is a friend. And I honestly believe that. And I can't wait to see you guys next week in Miami. I'm absolutely looking forward to it because the thing is, this is going to be the first time where I get to go into an event and really believe that I'm in a good place going forward, even before I get there, so I can concentrate on other things. I've been to 3 Empower Network events so far, Chicago, Denver, and I went to Dallas as well. And each time, the only thing I could think of going into the event is, man, I got to get something out of this so I can get myself going. What kind of way is that to live? You know, I barely, I barely made it to Dallas. I mean, my parents had to pay for a plane ticket and, and these other things. And it's like, I let myself get to that point. You know, I came out of Denver or out of Dallas with a lot of good things. I have to admit, I got what I needed out of it because it was a really small group and I got to talk to some people. It was really, really an amazing thing. And for some of you, you went to other events, but for me, Dallas was awesome because it was just so small. Between 600 and 800 people there total, and and that's the thing, guys. That's the power of an event. Yes, it can help give you that lift and give you some things to go on, but you need to go and take action. Really go and do the things that you need to do to get to where you want to be. It is so very important. You know, you hear it all the time with Empower Network, from Chris Record to the Daves to everybody else. It's take massive action. Jump out there and take the action. I hope by this point all of you guys have gone through and done the Live Your Legend workbook. You know, I did mine a couple of weeks before the end of last year, and if you need the link to be able to get that workbook, just let me know, and I'll make sure you guys all get a copy so you can print it out and actually do it. Because that was something that, for me, really taking the time to go through that process, and Jay, I'll definitely get it for you. You know, taking the time to go through that process and really work out my vision and what are the things that I can do, the steps that I can take to be able to get to where I want to be. And it really made me focus on my why, figure out the things that I could do in the near term and the long term to be able to get to where I want to be. And that's really what this is about, guys, is really, really narrowing it down and getting to where you want to go. You know, I had to push myself to do that. And everything that's happened to me in the last year, has led up to this, to get me to a point where I realize that, it's time to quit playing games. You know, if I'm going to do anything to be able to, go and see my daughter, to be able to take care of her, my daughter's birthday is today, and I haven't seen her in a few years. I get to talk to her yesterday on Skype, which is awesome. Gotta love technology. Uh, but, I haven't physically seen her. I haven't physically been able to give her a hug. And, I told myself when I was talking to her on the phone yesterday that this is the last time. This is the last time I am ever going to miss something like that. Not going to miss birthdays. I'm not going to miss holidays. I'm not going to miss any of that stuff. I'm not going to do it. And I'm sure you guys can hear the emotion in my voice. I am not going to allow myself to go through that because I went through it as a kid. I know what it's like, to have a parent that's not around all the time. My real dad really wasn't around all the time. And I'm not going to allow that to happen to my kids. It's not going to happen. And that's what really, really drives me, guys. You know, they are my why. My kids are my why. And as well, my girlfriend is my why also, in a way. You know, eventually I hope that we'll get married. That's going to come down the line at some point, I'm sure. We've been together for a few years now. And I want to be able to get to a point where I can give her the things that she wants. Yeah, we got an okay house that's, on a, rent to purchase type deal. But I want something more than that. I don't want her to have to come home from some job that she doesn't like, and she's a store manager at a smaller retail place. you know I know she doesn't like it. I know she doesn't like to go there and do those things, you know and I can see the frustration when she comes home. And I know that through this whole process, you know and while she's had some times where she's been frustrated and doesn't understand it, you know she's really supported me through all of this. And that's a big thing, guys. I mean, it really is, to have somebody that actually supports you. And I just can't wait. I am so excited for the things that are going to happen this year. I really am. I cannot wait for this to all work out, guys. I really can't. I'm just absolutely excited for this year and for the things that I can do, and the things that and the people that I can help as well. That's the other thing, guys. I've got a heart to help. I want to be able to help people, and I want to see people succeed. You know, one of my, it's funny, it just popped out off of the piece of paper up on my wall here. But, one of my secrets of the Millionaire Mind Declaration, something that I say to myself every single day, is I think big. I choose to help thousands and thousands of people. And that is the honest truth. I don't want to just help one or two or, 50 or 100. I want to help thousands of people realize their vision of freedom and be able to figure out their why and understand why it is that they need that. I really, really, that's my heart. That's what, the other thing that keeps me going, guys. So, that's my fourth thing. Les in the video said to write down 5. That's the fourth thing. I want to see other people be successful. And here's the thing, for me, number 5 is, there's some things that, I want that are maybe a little bit selfish as well. I want to be able to buy the house that I'm living in. I want to be able to buy a vehicle and, have something that's actually nice that I don't have to worry about and things like that. And, so those are some of the other things, some of the little, personal, I guess, a little bit more selfish things. So I've got my five things, right? And I've got a lot of these, the personal stuff up on the wall here as well. The things that I want to do and the things that I want to be able to have and things like that. And it's okay to have some things that are a little bit selfish. People always think, oh, it's all, you got to be all about giving and everything like that. Yeah, those are the first 4 things. Being able to take care of other people. Those are the first 4 things on my list. And yes, I do have some personal needs that I need to take care of as well. And that's the thing. That's what I'm doing. That's the goal that I'm working at. So that's how this is going to work this year, guys. We're just going to continue to go through this and really work out this process. Now, for the people that are on the recording, I'm going to pause this real quick just so I can bring a video up here. I want to end this with another video real quick, so hang on a second. All right, guys. So I'm going to start this with a video from a few weeks ago that really, really means a lot to me. And this is where I want to end this week, guys. So again, as always, I appreciate your time, and here's the video.
Look, I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. Listen to me. I've been reading your posts. Some of y'all, you like, E.T., I'm frustrated. E.T., I can't fail another test, E. I can't take another loss. Listen to me. Some of you, I've been reading it. You tired. I feel you. You tired. Some of you scared. Look, some of you hurt. Listen to me very closely. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to do me a favor. Listen to me. Don't worry about what's going to happen the rest of this year. Like, don't even give me the rest of this month. Like, flat out. I'm not interested until tomorrow. Like, today, do me a huge favor. Can you just survive today? All right, I want you to say this with me. Because I'm going to give you what help your boy out, all right? So I need you to say this with me. And that's to me. I can. I will. Yep. I must. All right, look, for us, it's a different TGIM. I just need you to do me a huge favor. Come on, work with me. Work with me. I can. I will. I must. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? Now, I'm not an English teacher, so I'm not asking you to say this just to be said. Like, I want you to speak life into that thing, whatever it is. Whatever was frustrating you, like for real, you feel like, I can't fail another test. Like, I can't go through another day like this. Like, I can't handle it. I can't take it. Listen to me very closely. Say it with me and breathe life into whatever that thing is. We're going to speak life into death right now. Whatever your circumstances are, say with me, I can. Yep, I need you to feel it. I can. I remember when I was homeless, I was like, I can get through this. Listen to me. I will get through this. Woo! I must get through this. Look, I need you to look at that sickness that's going on in your life right now, whatever it is. I want you to say, I can beat it. Yup. I can beat it. I will beat it. I must. I got kids to live for. I got a family to live for. I ain't through yet. My life ain't over yet. Listen to me. I need you to, that test you failed the third time, I need you to look at that test and speak life into it. I went from being homeless to where I am right now, and the first thing I did was, and you better hear me closely, the first thing I did was I said, I can get through this. I can get through this. And y'all got to do me a huge favor. You just got to have that mindset that no matter what you're going through, no matter what challenges you're facing right now, you got to have that mindset that I can get through this thing. I can make it through it. And I made it through. Listen to me. I outlast. Some things you just got to outlast. Every sleepless night, listen to me, every cold night, the winter Detroit, and the abandoned buildings and cars, sleeping in, and listen to me, I was sleeping all over. I outlasted it. There's some things in life you don't need no degree for. You don't need no money for it. Listen to me, you don't need no support for it. There's some things in life you just going to get through when you tell yourself, I'm going to get through this. This is the TGI where I tell you, you can't get through it. And then second, you just got to outlast some stuff. That's for real. That's some, I done had haters. I done had all kinds of stuff. And I just made up in my mind, look, I might not have been stronger. Listen to me. I might not have been smarter. I might not have been brighter. But I made up in my mind, I'm going to get through this. So we're going to put an image up. And I need you to see this image, right? And when you look at this image, what I want you to see is this is classic of my man. Look at him. He got the two. He hitting. He probably got 998 hits. He got one more. He just got one or two more hits, and all them diamonds going to come out. And you know why he'll never see diamonds? Look, 998 hits. He had 2 or 3 left, and he would have cracked that thing. But you know why he never succeeded and why most of you never succeeded? Because you keep giving up. Listen to me, he gave up. If you was going to give up, you should have gave up last year. If you was going to give up, you should have gave up 2 years ago. You should have gave up $2,000 ago. You should have, listen to me, you should have quit a long time ago. You done already put in 998 hits. Get something out of it. You finished school. You going to quit now? You finished school and now it's hard because you can't find that job. You should have quit your first class. You mean to tell me you went through 4 years, 5 years of school, and now you quit? Now you give up? So I want you to look at this image for me. I'm going to tell you something. This guy right here would have been successful had he never given up. And I'm telling you, some things in life is not about what you think it is. It's just about making up your mind that you are not going to give up. You're not going to quit. And so your boy went from being homeless to where I am now. And I failed classes, guys. Listen to me. Just because you failed don't make you a failure. And just because you lost don't make you a loser. And what I did that most people are not willing to do is I just never gave up. Consistent. I just never quit. All right, so we gonna get out here. I gotta go. I gotta let you go. But you gotta say it with me again. You gotta let me say, woo! I can, I will, I must. Are you hearing me? I can, I will, I must. I leave you with this. I'm not telling you it's gonna be easy. I'm not saying that, but it's real simple. E.T., what do you mean? You can get through anything. Listen to me. You can make it through anything if you just say these words. So cut this thing off. I just want you to play your favorite song. Look. I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to tell yourself, I am a survivor. Listen to me, and you can get through this. You just got to work a little harder, right? You just got to press a little deeper. Listen to me. I don't know what you got to do, but I'm telling you, just don't give up and don't give in, and there's absolutely nothing you can't do. So if it was easy, everybody would do it. Hey, but I know something about you. If you're watching me, I know something about you. I know something about you. I know you're not a quitter. I know you're a survivor. I know you're a survivor. If you're watching me right now, I know something about you. You are a survivor. So I want you to get off this. I want you to cut it off. I want you to go in the mirror, and I want you to make the rest of your life the best of your life. I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must. It's your boy E.T.
That's right, guys. I can, I will, I must. That's how you have to think about this. That's how you have to go into everything. I can, I will, I must. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. I'm going to do the things that I need to do and do everything I can to be successful. I appreciate you guys being here. I do want to give you guys one little note on the end here. I talked about the Facebook course that I'm doing. Just so you guys know, it is something that is helping me get to the Empower Network event. Most of my Facebook efforts here recently, have gone into taking care of some pressing things at the house. So it's a one-time $40, and it's going to be an 8-week course, and I'm going to cover everything that I know about Facebook marketing, Facebook PPC, Facebook, fan pages, group marketing, absolutely everything that I know is going to go into this. I'm also going to give you guys some extra bonuses, access to the things that I use in my normal day-to-day business as well. And you're also going to get, a 1 hour one-on-one strategy session with me. And the link to go to that, it's just fbcourse.easytechguy.com. And I've actually got a capture page. Just put your email up. It's got a short video for me that explains a little bit more, and then it'll take you to the page. So I really, really, hope you guys will get involved. It'll help me out. It'll help you out. And for those of you that are in Empower Network, once I get to the event, we're going to have a nice little strategy session there as well. I haven't figured out, day, time, or anything like that. But it's also for those of you that, can't make it to the Project AWOL house. I understand that, $500 for a one-day course or $1,000 for a one-day course is, out of some people's current range, not necessarily that you can't do it, or $3,000 for a room at the house. I'm going to cover a lot of the same things that they're going to cover, and I've really, really been digging in and going through a bunch of courses and really doing everything I can with Facebook. So it's really simple. And if you're watching this and you need the link or you have questions about it, just give me a call or, call me on Skype, send me a Facebook message, whatever you have to do. And I look forward to working with you guys going forward. I really, really appreciate you guys' time this morning. And just remember, I can, I will, I must.